This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Do you ever find yourself playing the budgeting game? Well, with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, you can find options that fit your budget and potentially lower your bills. Try it at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
This message is brought to you by Avocado Mattress.
When you're shopping for a mattress, you can spend hours reading reviews and scrolling through photos, but the only way to truly know if a mattress is right for you is to feel it for yourself. That's why Avocado invites you to come lie down. Every Avocado mattress is GOTS certified organic, assembled in our California facility with organic cotton, wool, and latex. No polyurethane foams, no fiberglass, certified made safe and EWG verified. It's a difference you can feel. So curl up, try any of our Avocado mattresses in person at an Avocado mattress store or 600 premier retail locations nationwide. Find out which of our 5 comfort levels is right for you, because buying a mattress shouldn't be a guessing game, and there's no one-size-fits-all when it comes to better sleep. Find your comfort. Come lie down at Avocado. Shop the Labor Day sale now and get up to 20% off at avocadogreenmattress.com or select retailers nationwide. That's avocadogreenmattress.com to get up to 20% off. avocadogreenmattress.com.
On today's episode of The Bridge, I'm introducing you to your health equation. What exactly is that? Well, I'm going to offer you today a new perspective on your health and well-being and how that is created, where it comes from, and what it actually means. One of my favorite definitions of health is that health is a complete state of physical, mental, social, and I would say spiritual or energetic well-being, not merely an absence of disease or infirmity. However, oftentimes, both from the practitioner standpoint and personal standpoint, we tend to focus on the latter, right? It's either an absence of symptoms and feeling negative, or I feel negative and have some symptoms. And we tend to look at health in a more black and white way like that. But that's not what health is. There are so many different aspects to your health and well-being. And I'm going to talk with you about that in today's episode. And then at the end, I have a personal invitation for you. So let's dive in. Welcome to The Bridge, the show that bridges the gap between Eastern and Western medicine, science and spirituality, physical and energetic health. If you're a leader seeking to heal from within, ultimately achieving the pinnacle of health and well-being for your mind, body, and spirit, then rest assured, this show is tailored just for you. I'm Dr. Elizabeth Rogers, the Sherlock Holmes of health. I'm a trailblazing Harvard-trained epidemiologist turned transformational health coach. Basically, I find the clues that every other healthcare practitioner missed because they were looking in the wrong place. Welcome to The Bridge, a transformational health podcast with yours truly, Dr. Elizabeth Rogers. I'm so excited that you're here today in this episode. I want to just dive right in. I alluded at the end of the last episode to exactly what I'm going to cover today, which is offering you a new perspective. And this may sound familiar if you are familiar at all with the work of Joe Dispenza or Bruce Lipton or some of these other amazing and extraordinary leaders, then you may hear some things that are reflective of others that have come before me that are leaders in the field. So some of this may already resonate with you. But the perspective that I really take on health and well-being is that it's not this destination. It's not this thing outside of us that we have to go out and get. Even though you will hear me say a lot, create optimal health and well-being, create your best, healthiest version of yourself. Yes, it is a process of creation, of co-creation. And if that word or phrase is confusing to you, then just stick with us and you'll get it eventually. We are in co-creative process, right? We aren't doing anything we're doing alone. There is a co-creation happening, not just with other human beings, but with a source energy, right? Whatever that source is that you want to call it, the universe, spirit, the God of your own understanding. But health is not this thing outside of us. Health is actually just your natural state. Yeah, health is your natural state. And we don't lose it. We simply fall out of alignment with it and we become disconnected with it. And so from my perspective, it's simply my job when you come to work with me for me to help you realign with your natural state of health in mind, body, and spirit. And believe it or not, wherever you are today with your health and well-being, there is a part of you that already exists, that already lives inside of you, that is right now in this moment, optimally healthy and well. And I'm actually going to talk to you about an opportunity I have for you literally this week, if you're listening to the show, to come and learn more deeply about that concept. But it is just your natural state. Now, how do we know this? Well, because health, we can look at it as an equation, your health. That's how we can look at it. And yeah, I'm going to break it down for you because I'm a science nerd. So how and why do I look at your health as an equation? Well, first of all, there are many different aspects to your health and well-being, right? There's not just physical health, there's mental health, emotional health, spiritual health, social health, environmental health, financial health. And at any given time, there are so many different factors. Energetic health, I also forgot that. There's all these different factors that impact our health and ability to heal at all of those different levels and layers. But so often, practitioners will focus on just one aspect of health and well-being. And I am not ever saying there's anything wrong with that. We need that. And I love that. And I love all of our health practitioners. I don't care if you're mainstream, if you're way out there. I don't care if you're a shaman in the woods. I don't care what you are, health coach, Ayurvedic doctor, naturopath, specialist, surgeon, whatever. Everybody came here to planet Earth to use their unique gifts to serve. And so we're all serving in our unique way. I came here to serve as the bridge. And we'll talk about that more in a moment. But the point being that you don't fall out of alignment with your health and well-being. And I just have to help you come back into alignment with that natural state in a number of different ways, depending on what the primary root causes of why you're not necessarily optimally healthy and well. And if you are optimally healthy and well and you're feeling your best right now, and you simply just want to continue to maintain that, then it's just a matter of continuing to give you these perspectives and additional knowledge, tools, and resources so that you can just continue to be and live as the healthiest version of yourself. So back to health being an equation. What exactly do I mean by that? Well, because there are all these different aspects to our health and well-being, we can't necessarily say they're all just physical health, right? Because I just said we have physical health, we have financial health, we have energetic health. Those are all different aspects of our health and well-being. And like I just said, for the most part, our practitioners all focus on just one aspect or area of our health and well-being. I personally came here on planet Earth in this lifetime to be the bridge. So I represent the both and I integrate all of those different approaches and help you come back to whole and total health in mind, body, and spirit. Now, let's talk about the health equation. So everyone's heard of Einstein for the most part. I think everyone's heard of Einstein who's listening to the show. And if you haven't, I'm not really sure how you got here. I'm just teasing. Keep listening. But by the way, if this is the first time you're listening to the show, I strongly recommend that you go back to the first episode and take this extraordinary experience from the beginning. Back to the equation. We've all heard of Einstein, and Einstein's famous equation is E equals mc squared. Now, I relate this equation to our health and well-being as well. On the M side of the equation, that is our material or physical health and well-being. And as we know, most of our mainstream practitioners tend to stay over here on that side of our health equation, right? And then over on the other side, we have E, which stands for energy. And that is another side of your health equation. Now and we have, as I'm sure a lot of you have worked with practitioners that sit over on just this side, and I have too, and I continue to. We all need different kinds of support. Now, I often call the energetic side of the equation a couple of things. You might hear me say the energetic side of the health equation or your energetic health. I might say the 5D I might say your inner health. So those things are kind of all interchangeable for me. Then over on the other side, we have the M, which is the material or the physical health. And over here, I might call this our 3D health or our external health. So those are, again, interchangeable. So most practitioners just either focus on the 3D or the 5D. And I bridge the gap and integrate both into one singular approach so that we're addressing your whole health and well-being. That's really critically important. Now, if you're wondering, because you're a nerd like me, what's the C all about, Elizabeth? I will tell you. The C is a constant. Now, in the original equation of Einstein, the C is actually a constant for the speed of light. But when I correlate this to our health and well-being, I see this as a constant that stands for your energetic frequency, right? So the more misaligned you are with your health, your frequency is going to vary as a result, right? But you have a unique frequency that runs through you that is your divine operating system. And that frequency plays into this equation. Why? That's what makes you unique. That's your unique energetic signature. And newsflash, a lot of people don't realize this, but we talk about in science the speed of light, the speed of sound. Did you realize that the speed of your thoughts is faster than both? And I'm just going to pause for a moment so you can take that in. Because think about that really. That means that your thoughts are so much more powerful than you really think. Because they have the ability to then create your emotions, which are what create your frequency or vibration that you're putting out. So if you're constantly living in a state of stress, then you're putting out a very specific type of frequency. When your nervous system is regulated and balanced and you're feeling healthy and well, which is what I help my clients do, then your frequency shifts. So my job is to help you align with that natural frequency running in you. So I hope that makes sense. Now, the reason I'm bringing this all up is because I want to share with you what my perspective is on health and well-being. So you understand when you come to work with me, this is forming the foundation upon which we approach your health and well-being. And I'll continue to talk about this throughout the show. But I really wanted you to understand this. I want to offer you that paradigm shift because I think when we finally hear that, oh, that's right, health is my natural state. What does that feel like? It feels like peace, contentment, joy, happiness, love. It's just your natural state. I think when we hear that, all of a sudden it starts to dissolve those stories we have that getting healthy or being healthy is hard. It's not hard, really. It actually is quite simple when we look at it from this standpoint. And then we can understand that this is why just eating the right foods, taking the right supplements, and not, I'm saying right, what's right is different for everybody, isn't necessarily enough. It's a part of your health equation. It's important that you take care of your physical body, health, and well-being. But everything, including you, is energy, including this desk, including this microphone I'm sitting on. Everything is energy. Everything. It's made up of space, the vibrations between the protons, electrons, and neutrons, creating the atoms that form the cell, the molecules and the cells that create this three-dimensional body that you're in. It's energy. So if you think about it, a lot of the root causes, we'll talk about root causes on another solo episode, because that's something I'm an expert at. And I do help you identify the root causes of whatever's going on with your health and well-being physically and energetically. There aren't just physical root causes like toxins and pathogens and things like that. There are other types of root causes. And I have found in my career and experience that often the biggest things standing in our way are staring us in the mirror. It's us. It's something going on internally at the energetic level. So this is really, really important stuff. This is why your inner and your outer health have to align. And I'll talk about this more on another episode as well. But psychology teaches us, and I have a psych degree, as I've told you, that our identity, your identity is what drives your behaviors and your actions. So this is another way to look at it. So it's why a lot of people might try to make healthy changes on the outside, but struggle to maintain them, because if who and how you're being at the identity level, which is aligned with your frequency and your energy, don't match your behaviors, then eventually those behavior changes you try to make, if they are out of alignment with that internal universe, with who and how you're being, with your energetic health, they won't last. Even if you maintain them for years, eventually you will fall back in alignment with your internal health and well-being, your identity. So that's the kind of work I do with my clients. I'm here to help you on the inside and the outside. So if what you're doing on the outside isn't working, we optimize that. We identify the root causes and we target them. But then we do the real work and we make sure that what's going on internally matches the external. Lots and lots of layers of your health and well-being. And it's such an honor for me to be able to serve you and help you with every aspect of your health and well-being. And now, what I'd like to do is share an invitation with you, because if you're listening to this live, then actually today, this workshop has already started. So it's not too late to dive in. This week, I'm hosting a complimentary workshop called Demystifying Your Health Equation, Simplifying the Path to Whole Health and Longevity. It's being hosted this week. So if you're listening to this in real time, that's Monday, May 22nd through Friday, May 26th of 2023. The workshop will be held at noon Eastern Standard Time live each day. However, wherever you are in the world, it doesn't matter. There will be replays available. So just register for the workshop and you can watch the replays anytime, any place. But what is this workshop all about? Well, it's an expansion of what I just taught you, which is about your health equation. Now that I've explained it, we're going to demystify it. And I'm going to simplify the path for you to whole health and longevity. So this workshop is for you if you are a rising or established leader, or you just feel the calling to be a woman who leads and you value your health and well-being. So this is for you whether you are already in incredible health and you just want to maintain it, whether you want to continue to improve your health and be the healthiest version of yourself, or whether you are dealing with stress, overwhelm, burnout, or any other kinds of active physical, mental, or emotional symptoms, and you want to realign with your natural state of health and create optimal health and well-being so you can feel your best, then this is for you. I'm going to guide you through a 5-day workshop. It's going to be about an hour each day. And I have some incredible, powerful guest experts lined up for you in this workshop, which I'm really excited about. So on the first day of the workshop, I'm just simply going to break down your health equation for you. So we'll expand upon what I've talked about here in today's episode, because we all want to feel healthy, whole, and energized, but most people are really living with at least one health issue. Statistics show that, and it's growing in numbers. So in this training on the first day, we're going to dive into some of the keys to health and longevity that no one's talking about, because your optimal health and how you create it, it's not going to ever be a one-size-fits-all approach. So in this workshop, I'm not here to just tell you, here's what to do, here's the list, eat this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. I'm here to help you find those answers for yourself. So I'm going to take you on an experience on this first day, a guided journey to connect with the part of yourself that's already completely healthy and whole. And I want you to get to know this person and connect with them. I'm going to teach you how this is connected to your own health equation and what that means. It's time for us to rise up to a higher level of leadership. The universe is calling out now. We need women leading who are aligned and healthy in mind, body, and spirit. We do not need more women leading who are stressed out, burned out, or dealing with any kinds of health issues. Now, that's not to say there's something wrong and you shouldn't be leading if you are dealing with active health issues. But if you are, you should be actively taking personal responsibility for them. Because while we're not necessarily at fault, it's not our fault that we've all just suffered stress and trauma for the past 3 years during COVID. However, whatever state we're all in, mentally, physically, emotionally, and otherwise right now, it is our responsibility to take charge of that and get ourselves back into alignment if we're not already there. So we're going to talk about that. And I want you to leave this workshop in general knowing exactly what to do when you're questioning, what is the best next step I need to take here related to my health and well-being? I'm going to teach you how to know exactly what that best next step is for you. And then we're going to, through the next few days of the workshop on day 2, we're really going to focus on the aspects related to the physical health side of your equation and your health. So we're also going to talk about root causes. A lot of the root causes you're being told about are effects, not causes. Hint, hint, inflammation and hormones, ladies. So we're going to talk about the different kinds of root causes related to the physical health side of your equation, exactly what to do about them. And I'm going to be bringing in on day 3, probably a guest expert who's also a guest expert on this show as well, Elizabeth Deal-Resnick. She is a rock star. You guys are going to be so inspired by her if you don't know her already. So on day 3, we will talk about some of the energetic sides of your health. So here, we're going to dive more into root causes, because if you only optimize your life to target the root causes related to your physical health, you're going to continue to wonder why you're still not feeling completely whole, healthy, and energized. So we're going to talk more about what's going on this other side of the health equation, the energetic side. And with my guest experts here, we're going to always give you the both. And so even on day 2, when we're talking about your physical health, we're going to connect that to your internal health. When we're talking on day 3 about your internal or energetic aspects of your health, we're going to talk about how that's connected to your physical health and well-being. And I will also have another incredible guest expert, my amazing colleague and friend, Tara Grace, who is going to come and talk to you about an amazing, transformative, holistic wellness and healing tool called Healy, which I'm wearing mine right now and I'm obsessed with it. I'm using this in my practice with a lot of my clients. So I'll just show it to you here. So if you see the video, you can see it's this tiny little cool device. But Healy is literally changing the game. This is a device backed by 500,000 case studies and clinical trials. So it is backed by research and science, which is important to me, even if it's something related to our energetic or spiritual health. I like to ground that in science for you. And it's going to be amazing. She'll have an entire presentation. We're going to talk about Healy, how this can also be another tool and resource to help you optimize and support your general health and well-being. And then on day 4, we're going to talk about balancing your equation for sustainable health and longevity, because we all want it to last. But through all the different stresses and challenges that come along with life as a human, how do you really just stay healthy and aligned through it all in mind, body, and spirit? How do you keep your health equation balanced so you feel whole and energized without having to reach for all the artificial energizers like caffeine and things? So when the busyness of your lives and the stress show up, how do you stay balanced and healthy? How do you continue to prioritize your health? So this training will answer some of those questions, and you will learn how to connect to your natural state, which is health, and continue to operate from that place of power and intuition. And then finally on day 5 will just be a bonus Q&A session with me so that you can ask any questions you want and integrate so that you can better integrate everything you've learned and really transform your health or just continue to sustain the great health that you already have today. So I really hope to see you there. Please register. If you're hearing this and it's past that time, then, and you're interested, then shoot me an email, because we will be saving this workshop for the future and giving access to this workshop to my clients in my practice and a lot of other places. So just reach out if you're interested to support at drelizabethrogers.com. The link to register for this workshop will be in the show notes, and I hope to see you there. Once you sign up, make sure you come join our incredible Facebook community that's free, the Women's Whole Health Revival, and tag me when you get there so that we can connect more deeply, so that we can celebrate that you are claiming your space for your health and well-being and committing to it. And that one thing alone means something. So if you have any questions or anything like that, just reach out to the support box and I will be happy to answer any questions you have. In the meantime, sending you all so much love, so much positive energy today. I hope you can feel it. In the next episode, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about a program I used to work on at the University of Pittsburgh and what that has to do with the guest interviews that are coming up in just 2 episodes from now. So I can't wait to see you there. Thanks for listening to today's episode of The Bridge. I want to send out a special invitation to all of you listening today. On Monday, May 22nd through Friday, May 26th of 2023, I am hosting an amazing complimentary workshop called Demystifying Your Health Equation, Simplifying the Path to Whole Health and Well-Being. And I am so over the moon and excited about this because we are on the verge of a whole health revival. And it is time that we take our power back for our health and well-being, time that we step into our own inner power and more into alignment with ourselves and our natural state of health and well-being. So demystifying your health equation, simplifying your path to whole health and well-being is going to be about exactly that, simplifying the path to whole health and well-being. I'm going to offer you a paradigm shift and talk about what health and well-being really are and how we really create it. We just are realigning with a natural state in ourselves. So this workshop is for you if you are a rising or established woman leader, or you're just a woman listening who feels the calling to lead and you value your health and well-being. Because ladies, it is time. We are all being called to rise up to a higher level of leadership. It's time for those of us who lead to lead in alignment with our natural states of health so that we are aligned in mind, body, and spirit. And when we can lead from those places, the expansion we can create and the service we provide will be entirely different. Now, if you are not in optimal health and well-being, I'm not saying you shouldn't be leading. I'm saying what you should be doing is knowing that, having an awareness of it, and valuing your health and well-being enough to take the personal responsibility to get back into alignment in mind, body, and spirit. If you resonate with what I just said, this workshop is for you. This is for you, whether you are currently dealing with stress, overwhelm, inconsistent energy, or any chronic or acute physical, mental, or emotional symptoms or otherwise that you recognize are just simply keeping you from feeling your best. Or this workshop is also for you if you already feel incredible and are in a place of optimal health and you simply want to maintain that or improve it. But ultimately, we all want to be the healthiest versions of ourselves, and this workshop is for you. If you're listening to this show, then you obviously care about your health and you obviously value it. How you do something is how you do everything. So let me ask you this. Do you value yourself and your health enough to show up for it, for your health, for yourself, for 5 days, for an hour? And if your answer is no, then I'll say one more time, how you do something is how you do everything. So I have a feeling I'm going to see you in this workshop. Once you register, the link will be in the show notes. Please come join our free community of women on Facebook. the Women's Whole Health Revival and tag me so that we can connect more deeply, so I can celebrate you, and so that you can start to get all the support that you want and need, if any, before the workshop begins. I cannot wait to see you there. Have an amazing day.
Psst, I have a secret that's about to seriously upgrade your downtime. Mistplay is always running these massive sweepstakes, from major cash prizes to top brand bundles to thousands of dollars in gift cards for Amazon, Visa, Target, and more. You just play your favorite mobile games, earn points, and you cash out those points for entries. Mistplay is 100% free. No deposit, no subscription, no hidden fees. Download Mistplay today and start winning